Krisha again. I hope all of you are doing good. For today's video, I thought that it is about time that we address some of the basic queries that I've been receiving a lot, especially in the comments and even the Instagram DMs of my profile. So I thought might as well just address it. So in today's video, we are gonna be talking about three things. First of all, talking about general test because it is one thing that I've repeatedly said in all of my videos, but it is also something that people still struggle with, so I'll address that. I'll also address eligibility criteria for the courses because one query that I've seen a lot is there are people in class 12th right now who have done a different stream and they want to pursue something else than their subjects that they had in 12th standard. So what subjects should they take in CUET, or is their subject selection correct or not, and the eligibility criteria for all the courses. So that is what we'll be delving into today. Alright, so first let's talk about GAT or GT, General Aptitude Test, General Test. So, is giving General Aptitude Test or the General Test necessary? No, it's not necessary, especially because Delhi University does not take GT into consideration. It only takes your best three. I gave GT because I wanted to keep all of my options open, so that is one benefit of giving GT. The fact that even though DU does not count it, if for example you do not get into Delhi University, GT opens up a lot of options for you to get into other universities, and that is precisely the only reason I gave GT, because it was my biggest nightmare. I literally hated everything in GT because it had quantitative aptitude, it had logical reasoning, GK, current affairs and all of that. I really did not like it, but the sole purpose that I gave it for was because if I don't happen to get into DU, I should keep my other safety or backup options open. So that is the only reason I gave GT. And if you're very confident that you're going to get into Delhi University, you can always opt not to give GT. But if you want to keep all your other options open, if you have other dream colleges that do not come under Delhi University, you can of course give GT. But if you're worried about you're not going to do well in GT and will that affect your rank or performance for Delhi University or your chances of coming to a good college in Delhi University, absolutely not, because GT is not taken into consideration by Delhi University. Personally for me, my GT score was not very high. As I said, I literally hated it. Even though I prepared a lot for it, I was pretty much clueless about it, but it did not really affect my. And also for GT, for example, if you talk about TIST, Tata Institute of Social Sciences, which is also a very good university, the thing about that is that TIST usually takes GT into consideration. I think it takes English plus GT, and many of my friends were aiming for that college. So if you're aiming for colleges like these, GT is a good option because of course it will open up a lot of options other than Delhi University, and if you want to explore more, of course you can give GT. So one query that I received a lot was about people who are pursuing something else in 12th standard and they want to pursue completely different things in college. For example, people are pursuing PCM or PCB or commerce in class 12th, but now they want to opt for BA honors in Delhi University, do journalism, pol science or whatever. So I'll start from personal experience. So I have a friend, she's in journalism, but in 12th standard she had commerce and she gave the CUET exam for all the commerce papers, accounts and all of that, and she's doing journalism in DU. So basically what my point is that you have to check the eligibility criteria because for every course it's different, and the eligibility criteria is clearly given down on CUET website. I'll just read out something from that website. So for example, if you want to do BA honors psychology, so the subjects that are written in the CUET website are any one from section 1 plus any 3 from section 2, and eligibility for the program, candidates must appear in CUET in the following subject combination: any one language from list 1 plus any 2 subjects from list B1, any one subject from either list B1 or list B2. Merit will be based on the CUET scores obtained from the above mentioned combination of subjects. So if for example you had PCM in class 12th and physics, chemistry and maths fall in any of the lists of B1, B2 or the first list or anything, you can always give these combinations and still pursue BA Psychology in Delhi University from any college. For example, I have another friend who is doing BA program and her combination was psychology and sociology, but she did not have either of the subjects in class 12. However, she appeared in CUET with the subjects that she had back in class 12, and still she got into a course that had subjects which she did not have back in 12th standard. And for example, there are some subjects which have very specific eligibility criteria. I'll just read out one more. So for example, if you want to pursue BSc honors in physics, your eligibility for the program would be: candidates must appear in CUET in the following subject combination: physics plus chemistry plus mathematics. Merit will be based on the CUET scores obtained from the above mentioned combination, and candidates must have obtained a minimum of 30% score in any one language of list A in CUET.
Okay, since I am recording on my laptop, I thought this would be a fun effect to, just put on. But any which ways, comment down below what kind of videos you want to see next now that CUET is just around the corner, and I'll make them. And I have a goal of say 800 subscribers by June, and so I want your help with that. So let's see how fast we can get to that. And subscribe, like, share, comment, you know the drill. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.